Are you looking for the best flip phones? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best flip phones on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Motorola Razr Plus, 2024. Motorola took the Razr Plus we knew and loved from last year and souped it up with an exciting new outer display and improved internals. The outgoing Razr Plus already bested the Galaxy Z Flip 5 with its 3.6-inch external display, but Motorola increased its size to 4 inches for 2024, giving you more room for apps and widgets. It's a gorgeous LTPO OLED refreshing at 165 Hz, making for a silky smooth scrolling experience, limiting the number of times you have to open the device for Instagram or X binges. But Motorola didn't stop at cosmetics and outer displays. This year's Razr Plus features some power under the hood with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and an improved 12GB of RAM. It's not quite top-of-the-line flagship power, but it's close enough for most users, giving you plenty of frames in your favorite AAA mobile game. Moto also didn't neglect the internal display, fitting the Razr Plus with a gorgeous 6.9-inch OLED display with a 165 Hz refresh rate to match the outer screen. It's a fantastic panel with great color and 3000 nits peak brightness, ideal for outdoor viewing. Once again, the Razr Plus' 4000 mAh battery does the job, lasting the entire day on a single charge. And while 45W wired charging isn't the fastest we've ever seen, it's more than adequate to top off quickly. Motorola also added 15W wireless charging, a welcome touch given the smaller form factor of the Razr Plus. When you pair these enhancements with the Razr Plus' already sleek styling, you get a winning package, especially since Motorola offers the Razr Plus for $1,000, $100 below the Galaxy Z Flip 6. Number 2. Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. Samsung is indisputably the most venerable name in fold and flip phones, and the Galaxy Z Flip 6 is merely the next chapter in a long line of successes. Sadly, the key word here may be merely. Samsung's lineup of clamshell phones came into its own 2 years ago with the Galaxy Z Flip 4. The changes we've seen since are the epitome of evolutionary rather than revolutionary, to the point where it feels like Samsung may be squandering its lead against upstart challengers like Motorola. That doesn't mean the Galaxy Z Flip 6 doesn't remain a fantastic flip phone, but as we said in our review, it's no longer a slam dunk, especially with a $100 price increase that truly makes it a more premium pick. Still, if you're a fan of Samsung's prior Z Flip models, this one won't disappoint in the slightest. While they're easy to miss at first glance, the Z Flip 6 has some delightful design refinements here that give it a bit of extra panache and make it easier to use. We found the matte aluminum frame looks and feels nicer than the glossier look of past models, and while the days of the fun bespoke editions are behind us, the standard finishes are eye-catching and classy. The cameras now sport an outline that matches the overall color, helping them stand out and delivering a more whimsical look. Of course, there's more to the Galaxy Z Flip 6 than just its good looks. Samsung has beefed up the dust resistance to give its flip phone an IP48 rating. That still falls short of the IP68 on most other phones, but it's also hard to seal a flip phone entirely against dust and sand. While the 3.4-inch 720x748 cover screen still isn't anything to write home about, flipping the phone open reveals the usual gorgeous 6.7-inch AMOLED display, which this year gets an increase in brightness to peak at 2600 nits. The only caution here is that we found ourselves opening the phone more often than should have been necessary since the outer display is more limited, which will take a hit on battery life. You shouldn't have any problems getting through a full day, but expect to hit the charger every night. Under the hood, the Galaxy Z Flip 6 is powered by the 4 Galaxy edition of Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, which means it's no slouch in performance, especially since Samsung has seen fit to finally upgrade the base RAM to 12GB. We had no problems getting top-notch performance during our time with the Galaxy Z Flip 6, and are confident it will be able to handle anything you throw at it. That additional horsepower is also great for future-proofing, as Samsung is matching this year's Galaxy S24 lineup with a promise of 7 years of Android updates. This means that you'll someday be able to put Android 21 on this phone. Samsung has also made some nice camera improvements this year, so if you were hesitant about the quality on prior Z Flip models, the Galaxy Z Flip May 6th be worth a closer look. The specs are similar to the base Galaxy S24, with a 50MP f/1.8 main sensor joined by a 12MP f/2.2 ultrawide camera. The only downside is there's still no telephoto lens, although like Samsung's other phones, 2x optical quality zooms are possible from the 50MP camera by cropping the shot to the center pixels. We don't think anyone will be disappointed with the photographic prowess of the Galaxy Z Flip 6. But it's still not quite up to the standards of Samsung's standard flagships, much less camera-focused competitors like Google's Pixel. Number 3. Motorola Razr, 2024. If this year's Motorola Razr looks familiar, there is a reason. It's remarkably similar to the 2023 Razr Plus with a few changes. First off, there's the price. Motorola has once again made its base Razr line attractive with a $700 price point, making it the most affordable fold in the US. But unlike last year's Razr, the new version features a 3.6-inch outer display, making it capable of more than just notifications. Motorola also improved the hinge for this year, producing a more consistent feel through opening and closing. It's noticeable and a decent upgrade over last year's model. Like its more expensive brother, the Razr also received upgrades under the hood. It's powered by a MediaTek Dimensity 7300X, which gives it respectable performance for daily tasks. As we mentioned in our review, it's probably all the raw power you need unless you're a hardcore gamer. In addition, Moto included 8GB of RAM, helping aid smooth performance in the UI and applications. Even though this year's Razr is a tad thicker, it's worth it since the trade-off is a 4,200 mAh battery, good enough for a day's worth on a single charge and then some. Mixed use with light gaming and social media was no issue, so you'll rarely battle battery anxiety on typical days. Overall, it's hard to beat the value Motorola offers with the Razr. If you're willing to accept some compromises, as you have to do with smaller fold devices, the Razr is an excellent choice for $700. Number 4. Motorola Razr, 2023. Flip phones are fantastic devices, but their high price points have kept them out of the hands of more budget-conscious shoppers. Thankfully, last year's Motorola Razr, 2023, is great value with its new $500 price tag. Flip that script, bringing clamshell designs to the mid-range of devices. Motorola did have to cut some corners but created another great flip phone, and it's still a fantastic phone in 2024. The Motorola Razr feels great in the hand thanks to its vegan leather finish and similar overall dimensions to its more expensive sibling. It also has the same beautiful internal 6.9-inch LTPO display that the Razr Plus uses. To get the price this low, Motorola had to make some tough decisions. It nixed the large outer display and replaced it with a much smaller and limited 1.5-inch one. It is suitable for reading short messages but pales in comparison to the larger displays used on the more premium lineup. Motorola also went with a Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 processor and 8GB of RAM. From a power standpoint, this chip is much weaker than the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 but is more than capable of handling day-to-day tasks. It may chug along at times, but you'll hardly notice any real-world slowdown. Number 5. Blackview Hero 10. Blackview might not be a household name in the US, but that shouldn't deter you from trying something different. The Blackview Hero 10 is an affordable flip phone with great style and decent performance. It sports a gorgeous 6.9-inch AMOLED 1080p display. The colors are fantastic, and games and content pop off the screen. It also features a stylish design. Our Sakura Purple review unit is gorgeous, and the aluminum alloy frame is tinted to match the Hero 10's eco-leather finish. The Blackview Hero 10 is powered by the Helio G99, a budget chipset that offers enough raw performance for daily tasks and light gaming. Blackview paired the G99 with 12 GB of RAM, an impressive amount in a mid-range device, and it keeps the Hero 10 running smoothly. In addition, the Hero 10 sports a 5150 mAh battery, another impressive spec. And while DocOS takes a little getting used to, it's a fun and pleasant skin of Android. Blackview stands out from other overseas manufacturers by offering 3 major upgrades of Android for the Hero 10, meaning you won't be left behind with new features and security patches. If you're in the market for something different and aren't hampered by its lack of 5G support, the Blackview Hero 10 offers a fresh take on flip phones while maintaining a firmly mid-range price tag.